Day 41. Oh yeah. People love when I get really close to the microphone. It definitely doesn't bother anyone. $43. It's fucking comical. Alright, so that was like 5 more allowance. That's something. That is like the third thing I accomplished besides the other couple of things. Please give me the tomb. Or another room that has a thing I can do that I might be forgetting about. But we'll remember when I see it. Tomb! Yeah, we shouldn't need root cellar and shelter. We want the tomb. Alright, so now I have 2 goals. I want to generate... I want to try to make the super sledge and the torch. I think I did make them in the same run once. Please? Please? Torch? Please? Ooh. Slightly awkward placement, but I really should just place this already and find out what's in it. The planetarium. Hi. It is like famously one of the places that people just hang out and fall asleep in. 'Cause it's just so chill. That makes sense that it's a sleep at the end of the day run. All right, new room place today. So like, I get credit for that at the end. Star schedule. Survey of constellations observed at Mount Holly Observatory. Yep. Ah, this one tells you what combination of stars will happen. But only for the first 25 days, which were passed. Whoops. But yeah, there's probably some kind of logic to it if you really break it down. That at say 25. Twins, Slice, Southern Cross, Farmers, Apple, Clavis. So Twins is 2, Slice is 3, Cross is 5, Farmers Apple 7, Clavis is 8. Yeah, I don't know how often there's other ways of adding up to it. Like, it could have been 12 and 13, but they didn't pick those ones. Oh, because 13 is Southern Cross and Clavis. So it's like, we didn't get Draxus, but we got these 2. Yeah. Yeah, we're past the range it gives us. Room 29, first appearance of both Diamontis Minor and Major in the same sky. 40, 7 different constellations observed in a single night. Damn. 50, new constellations spotted. Okay. That's one little tidbit of information. Otherwise, I think we can do literally nothing in this room, and it just kind of exists. Gives me 2 stars tomorrow, so... If I'm trying to grind stars, I guess it's valuable. Otherwise, it's kind of useless. Like, it's a dead end that doesn't give me anything. I'm actually a little frustrated that it didn't give me anything. Like, not even some ambient gems or items just kind of hanging out in it. Like, damn. Why are you doing this to me again? This room once again just does not want me to turn right. Alright. Get an observatory effect running, which might be an all-day effect that ruins my day or saves my day. Ooh, is that the board? Yeah, green rooms are more like that have special flowers. Okay. And the sale. Okay. Okay, I got it before we generated the commissary. So commissary is going to be cheap today. Let's go this way. Drawing room's not very valuable right now because my main goal is just to hit over here and hopefully spawn the conservatory again to just keep modifying the RNG of my deck every day. No! I've spawned it 3 times here. It's a bit upsetting to not spawn it. I kind of thought it was just kind of guaranteed. That's rough. I was starting to think it was guaranteed with how often it was happening. The thing says it only claims that it spawns in corners though. So it might spawn in other corners, but it's always spawned in the left corner and never in the right corner so far. 3 times here, 0 times here. So I don't know. One of the other statements is false. One of the other boxes contains gems. If you replace the word one with in the other 2 statements with both, they will both be false. Both of the other boxes contain gems. That would be false, yes. Both of the other statements is false. If you change it to both the other statements are false, it'll make this statement false, which means this one has to be true. That assumes this statement is true, I guess. One of those statements is false. I feel like I just have to assume that one of the boxes contains gems is false, because I'm actually not sure how you would narrow down which one has gems if it's not this one. But if this one's false, then it's like, haha, that means this one has the gems. There you go. Like, there's like a bunch of like wacky logic going on there, but I'm like, these are weird claims, but none of them make claims about where the gems are. So all I can do is like, this one says that the other ones have gems and not this one. Well, that's odd to specify. So if this one's wrong, that means this one has the gems. And there's no other claims about where the gems are, so I'm like, I don't know how you would clarify where they are if that one wasn't specifically wrong. So I kind of just took that shortcut with my logic, which isn't necessarily the same thing as solving it. But I'm like, you have to be wrong, because I don't think that I have any information otherwise. Alright, so hopefully I get some fucking items soon. Spare green room, pantry, nurse's station. Not a good placement of the nurse's station. The spare green room is more likely to contain gems than normal. There you go. So there's that. Don't necessarily want to spawn in this room yet. Or maybe... Whatever, let's just do it now. Awkward. I guess if it's going to be a dead end, I might as well get the claws out of the way. Okay, more money this run. Not that helpful, but... I mean, I could use it potentially, but... Really trying to get the attic. That would have been a great time for the attic if it's going to dead end me. Commissary. Okay, let's get some of my purchases out of the way. That's the sledgehammer and the shoes. Set of gems, yeah. These are pretty cheap too. So just get loaded up on gems up front and enjoy that, I guess. Okay, a sledgehammer is okay. We don't have any... We've never seen anything to sledge yet. These are really frustrating layouts that keep using up a door. I might as well spawn security because it gives me access to 2 computers. I really hope that stuff like the workshop isn't contingent on me spawning a specific room first and I just don't know some kind of logic thing to it. Or if it's just pure RNG screwing me over and me really needing to get the conservatory to try to make it more common. I definitely want that to be a common room because it's just so necessary for so many of the runs that it's very frustrating not to ever find it. get the laboratory. Yeah, it's already hard enough to get all the necessary specific combinations of items. The fact that you then might not generate the room at all is brutal. Because that entire mechanic is dependent on one room. It's very mean. Set your dice to 2, set your steps to 40, add a small chest to the entrance hall. Ooh. That could be a lot of small chests in the entrance hall. Every time you spend 2 or more gems crafting a room. Okay, I will spend 2 or more gems drafting a room several times, so setting my dice to 2 over and over again would be really good for my RNG. As tempting as the chests would be, just be able to open up so many of them, be like, are they good? Did I get cool stuff? Constantly resetting my gems back to 2, my dice back to 2 means that I'll get a lot of dice this run, because spending 2 gems on something is common, and I also already found the gems. This isn't great. Yeah, this is not great. Okay, this is my last remaining door already. This whole opening area was kind of a disaster and kept dead ending. But if I can make the right room, it'll connect to the foundation, and I'll have both foundation rooms and doors, and maybe a northern door here. The dark room does not go there, and I do not want to draw it because I don't have the ability to see, so I don't know what room I'll draw, and it could be a dead end, which is horrific. Freezer kills the run, Solarium kills the run. So let's hope for a better RNG. Oh god. Not amazing, but at least I drew the corridor, so we reached the foundation. Not loving today's house, TBH. I still don't have a shovel. So I have no key. I have no dice, so spawning a cool room would mean cool dice. Yeah. Not this one, though. Drawing room's not bad here, though. I get to redraw both doors, which means I might get lucky and... Oh, right. I might get lucky and get the chance to spawn the attic. Or at least have a higher chance of it. I think I might have gone the entirety of yesterday's run without opening a single safe. Which means I didn't spawn a really specific series of rooms. That's interesting. That was just a weird run last time. More items in green rooms would be nice for the veranda. Is that worth it? Yeah, spawn more items and give me 2 dice. That's probably worth it. There. Takes a weirdly long time for those dice to appear, and I get these gems. Okay, so now whenever I spawn a green room, it's more likely to have gems, and it's more likely to have a bonus item. Oof. I want the greenhouse. We're in a greenhouse run, so this is a really good room because it makes it so that we draw more greenhouses, more green rooms, which means I keep getting the bonus of drawing green rooms, more items in general. But it's a dead end, and I'm back to having 1 door and hoping I draw the right thing. I do have 2 dice, so I should be able to RNG into some kind of nice split room to let me keep going, but don't love it. But also the greenhouse is one of the rooms I want to spawn because it has this weird wall. Oop, hello, metal detector. That's half of the torch. Okay. Could really use the shovel and then the chance to come back to all these places where the shovel bees. Oh! The watering... God, have I missed the watering can in this room before? Maybe. That feels very missable. Sorry, I say it all the time. I mean, at this point, we're far enough into the game and it's a relatively repetitive premise that I'm saying a lot of things all the time. That's just part of the experience at this point. I get self-conscious about that stuff, but then, like, it seems like a playthrough people have been watching and enjoying, at least so far. I mean, I'm binging like crazy to make the series good, and and to like keep it fresh in my head and so on and not space it out. But publicly, I think episode 10 is out right now, and this is like episode, like, I don't know. I actually don't know what episode this is. Check my new renders folder. This is probably episode 36, maybe? So I'm a bit ahead. Generally speaking, I try to play one game a lot and get it fully recorded, then I switch over to the next game, and then I like layer the release schedules. It doesn't mean that if people are screaming at me, I've been missing it for a long time, but it also means that, you know, like, good? Because we also are trying to avoid spoilers, and people would just be spoiling stuff constantly if they could reach me anyway. So the good with the bad anyway. Even if it's something aggravating or obvious, it reaching me via comments would probably be annoying, because it'd be another thing that people were just directing it at me. Apparently part of the value of this playthrough has been that so many other people that play this game, and that's interesting because I had my, like, is the channel dying, like, videos and stuff like that, but like part of the conversation that came out of that was that Let's Plays have been dying in general on YouTube, like just normal Let's Plays like this, where I just, like, you start just playing a game from front to back and you release a long series of episodes chronologically with minimal editing, and you just like present the game as is and commentate over it and don't do like a highlight reel. Because they're dying so much, people are mostly pivoting to doing like Twitch streams or YouTube streams, but like they're streaming and interacting with the audience and taking donations and doing Q&A in real time and so on. So not only is all that distracting stuff happening, specifically for puzzle game fans, it's getting harder to find content that is actually people playing a puzzle game blind and solving it themselves, and like you like seeing them go through that experience, because people are increasingly playing puzzle games with a live chat. So even if people mean well, they're going to like indicate things and point things out and like make the player figure things out and unnaturally quickly, and maybe even just spoil several things for them as they go. And that's just inevitable, because everyone has different thresholds for what they think is a spoiler, and once you do that with a few hundred of thousands of people watching, then everyone's mixed thresholds of what they might think a spoiler is means everything is fair game and everything gets said, and that's the problem. So me doing this in this format does make me like a semi-unique little time capsule in this dying Let's Play genre, in that I am still doing the type of thing that this specific type of person likes to watch. Hopefully. Bit of faith there, having 30 episodes that no one's seen yet. It's a little stressful to backlog that much stuff in a weird roguelike-y format where you don't know how long it's going to go and whether or not people are still liking it at this point. But hopefully it's been a cool experience. All right, so these two end the run, and that one is disastrous and might end the run. So let's use one of my dice now. The courtyard is okay, but not that good. It's a green room, which is what I want to generate because it might give me the shovel, but it's less ideal in that, oh, I only get one door out of it. I might do it just to get the benefits of the green room itself and then use the next dice to open the next door, but I don't love it. There, that gives me a gem. Oh, there's the shovel, as we were hoping. A turnip for some steps. I might use that turnip steps to backtrack over and dig up the other green spots we had recently, because we have the greenhouse and the veranda? Yeah. Oh my god, 4 gems right there, before I even open this guy up, which features another gem. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we have 18 gems and 2 keys, which is okay. No other green rooms. Spare green room shouldn't have a dig spot. Yeah, it's just the greenhouse and the veranda both had, oh yeah, and this. So I didn't have the shovel as these dig spots materialized, but I do thankfully have it relatively close to them. There we go. That occasionally procs. It's not a proc. Proc, I think, normally refers to things happening via RNG. Whereas this thing is triggering via you hitting specific thresholds. It's just every 3rd coin it gives you a 4th coin. Okay, lots of keys. I am pretty set on keys at the moment, as long as the next room doesn't really screw me over with RNG, and it'd have to give me only left turns and straightaways. What happened to my watering can? Limited capacity. It says, so it doesn't show me my current amount. Did it like? Okay, that's awkward. If you do an interaction, the watering can goes away. Okay. So I just used the watering can 3 times for 3 more gems on top of all the gems I dug up. Comical. And the commissary gems I already bought, which are a bit overkill at this point, but it means I can really just go ham on spawning expensive rooms, which every time I do that will also give me 2 keys, 2 dice. Okay. I'll take the boudoir, which I don't love, but boudoir? Sometimes that's a bonus item, but at this point in this run, I don't feel the need to spawn this particular room, but it is a right turn. And that means I'm in a nice open area where I can then potentially spawn a 3-way door, which would be ideal. So now I'll use my dice to more comfortably do that. I maybe should have spawned the pantry, which would do a similar mechanic, but would have given me money that I arguably might need more than that. Okay. Reading Nook doesn't kill me, so it's tempting to take it, but I want to redraw, I think. Yeah, they got to give me a branching. Oh, the armory is tempting. The armory's real tempting, but I need the armory this run. I do, but please give me more than 1 branch. I'm getting stressed out over having only 1 direction to walk in. I don't want to constantly deal with the running being about to end. So hopefully the armory will spawn again. Hopefully I'm not like massively misinterpreting the mechanic. This sucks. Hopefully I'm not massively misinterpreting the mechanics, and like maybe this whole time it's been like, oh, if you don't draw a card, it goes away forever. Whoa. But I definitely have drawn the same cards again in runs, and not just the ones that I have duplicates of. That level of RNG would be almost cruel. Okay, the cloister. Even more gems. This is comical. Alright, so hopefully I can spawn something that lets me go south and doesn't just cut everything off. There's that 1 coin. See, that coin's only ever there when I have a metal detector. I'm suspicious. Okay, West Wing Hall is okay. That might give me the chance to go down south and spawn a bunch of cool stuff. Spawning the terrace would have been nice to increase my luck, but we don't even know how much we want luck that bad. Oh, all dead ends. The vault gives me money, but doesn't let me continue down south. How badly do I want that money? Where could I spend it? I finished the commissary. It could potentially be usable at a kitchen. Bookstore's dead to me now. I can already afford whatever item I want from the armory. Bookstore's gone. So it's just like, I would just use the money for gambling, or the showroom, which I'd kind of like to spawn the showroom because at least it's a hallway. I just want to be able to put more cards down to get as much of my deck out as possible to help maximize the chance of drawing the workshop. So I think I'm gonna skip on the vault, I think. Oof. Walk-in closet is 4 items. How much do I value getting those next 2 rooms? But also, will the walk-in closet actually give me what I want? I'll take it. We're trying to maximize our rolls on the loot. 1, 2, 3. That's a bad sign already. And then a cupcake? Man, are you serious? Yeah, that's not an item. God damn it, walk-in closet. Getting 4 items and having none of them be tools. That was not a single, like, inventory item. I feel like they really got a give you a minimum of an inventory item or something. It's so mean when you generate this whole dead end that you pay for in that one's case. You need a gem. And then they give you jack shit. Let's see, ironically, I was trying to type blueprints workshop and it autocorrected to blueprint workshop. Okay, just double checking that the workshop is indeed a blue room. So I can't increase its chances of spawning with the secret passage. But the secret passage gives me more room, and I can use it to generate a green room. Not the green room, but a green room. Which would be nice. Why is the veranda an option? Do I have a second veranda in my deck? I don't need the patio spread that badly. I think special cost bypass just means that whatever shows up in the 3rd slot is free, just to make it so you don't get fucked over by this game. Because, like, the secret passage makes you draw a specific genre of card, and if it's the wrong kind, it'll only have bad things available. This has a luck icon that says greater chances of finding items in green rooms. This one also has a luck icon that just says luck. I wonder if that means luck, and that's what luck means. I don't need the gems from this necessarily, so I don't know if I want to do that and then have to go back and collect them all, because they're already generating the extra gems each time anyway, and I'll get more of this one from this one too. This one doesn't do anything. I already placed an aquarium and a veranda. Why did they draw those? Are there just so few green rooms in the game? The patio is here, but isn't there another one that's like up on a ledge? Not the veranda one, but like there's one that where you go upstairs to go to the ledge. Yeah. And there's also the morning room. There's a few different there's a few different green rooms that haven't spawned yet. It's weird that it specifically drew 2 that I already placed. I think this might be a mechanic. This might technically be duplicating them, which is kind of, it's like interesting if the extra item spawning actually gives me what I want, but potentially bad. In that my goal is to try to fill the mansion as much as possible, so that every I'm trying to get through my deck and maximize my chances of finding specific cards. So if that secret passage spawns duplicates of rooms, then that might mean that I've just lost some of my ability to exhaust the deck. Okay, I'm kind of looking for the library, but I have 4 dice here. This is a good time to actually try to make sure I get a good one. Also, I made the attic common. The fact that it goes the fact that it's not coming back is wild to me. Should I spawn I think I should spawn the solarium. It really felt like it fucked me over last time, but this time I'm not getting the attic to draw a second time, and I did have common, I did have it set up so that it would be a common card, and I haven't fucked with its rarity yet, so I don't know. It's tempting to spam the RNG, but I think I'm gonna do the solarium because it'll maybe make the workshop spawn. I should really check the actual, let's see, room directory. Is it one of the top ones? Unusual. So yeah, it's unusual rarity. Good to know. Want to double check that. What else was I thinking about spawning? Or looking up? Why is tunnel grayed out? I didn't place it. The attic is supposed to be commonplace. I don't know why it's not spawning more. I was thinking about... actually, I might be thinking about... House history? Oh, it's every day so far. Wait, that's wild. Okay. Game settings? No. Room directory. Where's the glossary in this game? Oh wait, that's only in the computers, isn't it? Alright, an item. Another increased chance of finding items. Technically that effect is active 3 times right now. So I should get everything I ever want. The game should just give me everything now. Like, that's comical. Unless it has like a Gandhi glitch. For those that don't know, Gandhi was set to be the most peaceful person in earlier Civilization games because he's Gandhi. But the difficulty modifiers would increase and decrease how warmongery people were. So I think the effect was that if you had Gandhi in your game, but the difficulty was lowered a bit, then Gandhi would be more likely to be aggressive because he would like go. He was already such a low level of hostility that it would like it would like become negative and essentially loop, or positive maybe and overflowed the number or whatever, one of those directions. And as a result, he'd be hyper aggressive and was known for being aggressive in some of the Civilization games. And that distinctly stood out as weird because he's Gandhi, so people aren't expecting that behavior from him. Do I take the fucking Great Hall? It at least spreads things out. Gives me a chance. The vault. I think I'll take the pool first, because it successfully opens up my layout a bit more before I risk things going bad. God damn, sorry. I could go for a locksmith. It might generate the green room I want. Special key, also on discount. The prism key. That's not very helpful. It might be helpful, but it doesn't seem very helpful. Let's see. Oh yeah, it is still half price. It's only 4. We'll see if that ends up helping. It's weird that it doesn't show sale prices on that screen. I just get surprised and I'm like, oh right, it's not spending all the money. Prism key, there's no prism to spend here. Green rooms do not cost gems to draft. Patio goes left, which is a bit better. I'm fine on gems, so I'm not really worried about that. And also them costing gems makes the dice trigger, I think. So let's do the patio. It's awkward that I don't get to go the other way right now, but the battery! That's not where I expect the battery to spawn. Okay, sledgehammer, battery. I need a workshop and the lever. And the lever's not usually that rare, so please? Please? Also give me the armory again. I think I passed on the armory and the attic and the vault this run. Which I understand the frustration that might cause. I'm frustrated. It's just I thought in my brain I'm like, it's still on the deck and it'll come back. Like the number of times I have a red card I don't want to draw, and then I pick something else, and then the next room it just draws the same red card again. But can't trust this RNG. You never know what it's gonna do. Prism key. The morning room. I could draw the fucking veranda again. That's just silly at that point. Sure, let's do the morning room. Coupon book. Coins. Oh, that's not an item. 2 more gems here. Placed like chocolates or something. This was the news about me becoming the heir. I don't know if anything here is going to be important for sigils. Man, I am nervous. We're running out of space. I'm really hoping the game gives me what I need. Ah, the boiler room. Ballroom, archives. This is probably the time to be... We especially don't want the ballroom to exist. Boiler room doesn't really have anything relevant for me this run, I don't think. It's probably the time to be spending all my... Oof. All my keys. Do I go for the vault? It's mostly just for the off chance that it happens to give me... It might have an item, but it basically never does. Let's do the treasure trove. Which probably gives me more money at this point. I'm not opening this run, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... Okay, that's currently 40, so it just became as valuable as the vault. The vault sometimes has a coupon book, but I already have that, so we wouldn't even get that bonus. And now this thing's more valuable than the vault while costing less. I'm not going to spend the key right now. Study and library are bad. Observatory is worse because it cuts me off. Hoping for good RNG. The kitchen. The mechanarium. How am I doing on gear rooms? I might have none. I think did I even do a lab? Security was how I got the lab, yeah. So there's 1 gear down here. I think that's it. So the mechanarium would both be unhelpful and would give me an ambiguous number of doors in unknown directions. I think just 2 doors, but we don't know where the other door would be because I'm already at the first door. So kitchen at least turns right, so we at least get the access to the side of the level. And I get to get more gems, which is silly. Oh, the water's turned off. I can't get the gems. Awkward. Club sandwich for like $2 or something, or coupon book. I don't know if the sale affects this place, but the coupon book does. So it's very little money towards that. I am worried I'm not going to generate this workshop. I'm out of keys. Or I'm out of gems. This would be my second. Wait, we don't want that anyway. Yeah, trophy room lets me keep going. And it will also generate... It's technically free. Because of that. But it generated 2 keys. 2 dice. Stop saying all the wrong words. The multitasking of me trying to play the game and then also say the right things as I go. The conservatory! It's nice to find. If this whole run is a wash, at least I get to massage my RNG again. Just give me the workshop, man. Give me the workshop and give me the lever. Where's the lever? Random key. What is that? Oh, magnifying glass. That's 1 more item out of the RNG loop, but frankly, by this point in the castle, I want to have this thing already at the point where all the icons are shrinking to make space. So I have not found as many items as I would like. Hopefully the next room, literally the next room, is the attic. I hope. The ballroom, the secret passage, archives. Let's make it more, the secret passage more common. That's a nice one. I want the archives to be rare. Its negative effect is too bad that I don't really want it as a four-way door. It's a piece of shit. I don't know if I want to make the ballroom more common. Being able to set my gems to 2 over and over again is very handy in runs that are going poorly, but in runs that are going well, I'd be like, go the fuck away. Because it's, this room becomes a hazard. If it's in your way, if you're spawning it and it becomes your only option, then you end up placing it in certain locations, then it becomes a hazard where it's like, I have to walk around that room or I'll lose all my gems. And it's not like you can just go back to it after every room to get your stuff back, both because it costs steps and because part of the struggle there is that, what am I saying? A lot of there's things that cost more than 2 gems. So like if you keep getting reset, you can't open the vault, you can't open the throne room. Alright, vault should be useless to me unless I happen to draw a key and get sad. It doesn't usually have an item in it. Storeroom sometimes has an item in it. Pump room, not really. I really want the attic. This would be a good time to use my dice, I think. That sucks. 3 bedrooms. Fuck off. Bro, where's the attic? Okay, well, I'll do the drafting studio, which will give me 2 more keys again. Also, I want the drafting studio. Like, this is good news in the macro. I do want to spawn more rooms. The dormitory. Each time you enter the dormitory after drafting a blah room, gain 10 things. So you make like a school room, then you walk back into the dormitory and you'll gain 10 steps. It keeps regaining that effect, but you have to walk back to it. Classroom. While drafting in the classroom, you may draft new floor plans 1 time for each thing in your house. The classroom is an RNG helper. I'm iffy because there's already the classroom run. So like, we already have a thing where you gain the ability to spawn classrooms. And in that one, because the classrooms affect each other, you get a multiplicative effect on being able to RNG over and over again to hopefully spawn more classrooms. Having 1 more in the deck slightly improves your odds, but it also means we have a classroom in the deck all the time. Which isn't the worst, because it has that power, where it lets you get better RNG at that 1 door, but it is just a 1-door room, or 2-door room, I guess. You end up with 1 room. It's not my favorite kind of card to be adding to the deck. I don't know if the vestibule helps me in that many ways, but I don't know. I don't know if I expect lore in this room or anything else, but the vestibule might be nice to add to the game because it's essentially a 4-way hallway that just has an annoying gimmick. An ornately framed yet modestly sized hall, it has served as the original antechamber in the old days before eventually being removed from the estate for having doors that were prone to becoming stuck. 3 doors unlock and a 4th one becomes locked. I don't totally know what this looks like in practice. It could be really helpful, or it could, like, end one of my runs. Or both. I don't have an immediately clear sight of how it might play out for the most part. Pinging noise? Well, that's a hard to spot key. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. November and then 11, so 11, 11. Was that the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. November 8th. I counted stairs for some reason. I don't exactly need gems at this point, but sure. I'll knock it out of habit. And also just kind of... Oh, there's no gem inside, I guess because it's small. Yeah. Womp womp. Alright, so that's a dead end. I am once again stressed. It's funny drawing these two rooms back to back. I'm once again stressed about my ability to draw a workshop. And I also still need a broken lever. And as always, I hope I haven't randomly just like missed an item lying around, because that would be tragic. But I can't ever fully know for sure. And that's why it's stressful. Some of their placements are sneaky, and some of them are distinctly so unsneaky that they fuck with my brain. Because some of them just are in plain sight, but they're in a room that's really normal for that item to be in. So then I don't notice that it's there. Why didn't I use the lockpick? You know what, I have a lot of money. Let's get these boys opened up. Okay. That's the real door location. We don't need that one because it goes back to the aquarium, unless it doesn't. Let's see. I get a ping over here, so this is probably the... I keep forgetting to press the lockpick button. Oh, it's just some money. Sure. I do have access to this room now. I don't remember if room 46 ever has loot in it, but it's worth checking if things aren't going well. But I want to check each room, because there's always 2 loot rooms and 2 dead-end rooms, I believe. So I found the 2 loot rooms. And I was like, maybe it has the item. There's an off chance that works out. Gymnasium, Nook. None of these are helpful. Let's redraw. The vault is not very helpful either. Come on, man. Just give me the workshop. It sincerely should not be this hard. Okay. Foyer will be a hallway that lets me go forward to the next room. And also give me 2 more dice again. I have so many dice. Give me my fucking workshop. It shouldn't be this hard. Look at how many dice I have. It's the vestibule. Throne room, mail room. Those aren't what I need. Please. I'm begging you. The showroom. Okay. The showroom will give me 2 more dice, which will help me in the next room down there. It shouldn't be this hard, man. Okay, the moon pendant. Oh god, they're on discount, aren't they? So I'll keep 2 items in my inventory tomorrow. I should probably just buy that because I don't even have anything else to do. While drafting, you may rewind time after drawing new floor plans. You are more likely to draw... While drafting, you may rewind time after drawing new floor plans. I don't know if I understand what that means. And it says I'm also just more likely to draw the oh, not draw them tomorrow. I'm more likely to draw the rooms that have the clocks on them, which are called tomorrow rooms, which isn't confusing at all. Silver spoon. Whenever you gain steps from eating, gain twice that steps. Damn. But I'm pretty good on steps right now, aren't I? Opens all normal doors. I'm not that worried about my ability to open normal doors right now. But yeah, moon pendant's worth buying because it affects tomorrow. Things being discounted is wild. I don't know what this means. I think it might mean that you can if I It might mean that if you roll dice to do another set of rooms, you can be like, wait, no, there was a better room yesterday than what I got stuck with, and then you can rewind it. That might be what it means, but I'm not totally sure. I'll grab it, because it's... I'm currently trying to maximize my RNG and give me myself the best chances of not fucking up what comes next, so... I now have 3 rooms in a row. Give me the workshop, please. Please? I want to make progress in the video game. I really hope that I draw the workshop in the conservatory so that I can make it more common. But that said, we tried to make the attic more common, and I'm not drawing it regularly. I say that, like, after I made it more common, twice now I have drawn it, then not picked it because it was so bad for my layout. But the fact that it never showed up again is weird. It's supposed to be common, and it doesn't leave the deck when I don't pick it, right? So, like, why... it's just pure RNG, I guess. Like, it can go that bad, I guess. But damn. Okay. This is a very bad situation to be in. We're trying to draw the workshop. And... okay, the workshop's not bad to draw because it would be a hallway. The workshop is long and lets you out the other side. So workshop first would be good. Then I have to RNG into another room to hope that I draw the broken lever, I believe. Yeah, there's the clock. Okay, so that makes sense. That does about what I thought it would do. Freezer's me giving up on this run and being like, well, here's 19 gems for next run. Which would be good, potentially, but also, I am getting much better at gems and money, so... I'd really just like to make the progress I'm looking for. I don't need the office. I don't need it. No, that was it. I'm getting a bit frustrated by the RNG now. Because I don't know what else to pursue with my goals right now. And yeah, I didn't play the library, so I don't get to read the book. And our remaining clues are 7th is major if you draft it quite late. Last behind the 8th door. I don't my struggle is I don't know how to work towards these goals in a reliable way when there's so much RNG built into the experience. What did I draw yesterday? Our last draft? Because these are all bad. Man, even the armory didn't come back, so I didn't get to burn the torches. Man, you really have to just not take chances with the idea that something might not come back. Well, the good news is I can rewind, so... I guess freezer it is. Here's 19 gems and 52 coins for tomorrow. Damn, okay. Yeah, it's so hard to balance the risk between one idea and the next idea. Because, like, I wanted the library, and I wanted the armory, but they were so bad for my layout at the time that I was going to potentially lose, if I remember correctly, or be in a very bad situation. And I don't remember the armory's rarity. Shops. Standard. The armory is standard. Okay, the armory is standard, and I made the attic common. And the library is like common or standard. It's pretty common, right? So it's wild that as I was running out of cards in my deck, they just were refusing to show up that badly. Okay, the library is unusual. I guess it makes sense because it's attached to the Nook, so the Nook is a way of reliably drawing the library. It's not that wild that that one didn't come back. But man, okay. Gonna have to reassess my strategies and be a little more ruthless, maybe? What is hiding in this? This is definitely a doorway. I want to get in here with a fire. Moon pendant, yeah. So I have sledgehammer. I had the metal detector and magnifying glass, so I was ready to make a fire. I just needed the workshop to spawn. And, sledgehammer and battery is the hard part normally. So I just needed that lever. I needed the lever. It hurts how close it was to being really good. I just needed the lever and the workshop, and then I could break down the wall in the greenhouse, and I could go downstairs and light the tomb torches, and I did not get a secret garden, so we'd still need to find that one, unfortunately, and that's rough. But damn. Let's walk all the way down to the planetarium and call it a day, I guess. I already froze my resources for tomorrow. We are going to figure this goddamn game out, I swear to God. I swear to God. Gem. Right, because I distributed them between the rooms. And picking up that gem did not increase my gem count. Okay. I knew frozen meant frozen. I was curious what it might mean in practicality. Because for me, the idea that you lose the ability to modify your currency accounts strikes me as ruthless. Let's see. Let's go. I've got steps to spare. Let's go down here and open. This is probably a waste of time. I don't know. I'm gonna open room 46. And then go into room 46 and just see if I can find anything interesting in there. For any reason. Might find an item that affects the run. Might find, and I have sneakers, so I don't have to worry about steps that much. That's still there. If I go to room 46, I might find an item that affects the run, or I might just find puzzle context that I haven't seen for a while, and that might add to the whole process of solving these guys. But also I got 30 steps to kill, so let's just be thorough and careful and see what I can find. Otherwise, we want to sleep in the... What's it called? The planetarium. I always forget what it's called for some reason. I'm like, the solarium? I'm like, no. That sounds like... Because the word solar, but no. Yeah. It feels weird if I do a run where I technically gain access to this room 46, not to like go in there and give it a go. Just because it's such a rare, it's such an elusive room, I might as well see if there's anything I can glean from it yet again. But the main thing we know is that there's this whole like 8 countries in 8 weeks journey, which we need information from the postcards in order to solve, I'm pretty sure. There's a bit of a back and forth where it's a little goofy, but we are doing this really... I have not lost a single step yet, wow. We're doing this big, involved, crazy sanctum puzzle down there, but then I think we take the information we learned from that after doing all of the sigils and sanctum puzzles. Then I think we go back to room 46 again, and then just put funny little pins in a map, and then something must happen. I think that's the order things are going to happen in. Because it seems like that information is based on the postcards and whatnot. But, like, it is very goofy to do things in that order, obviously. Because it's like, there's such an increase in drama when you go towards the sanctum. And it's relatively goofy to then turn around and do the... Why is that closed? Oh, I just haven't come from that side, right. It feels silly to then come back and be like, alright, let's fuck with your corkboard. Ha ha ha. But it does serve an interesting purpose in that it does mean let's see. The true treasure of the trove is not in this room. We already know that. So it loops apparently. Or it's randomized. But also it's red, so that's a lying message, and we know that. The basement key, but at what cost? Ta-da! The former ruby crown of Arindiarius recently said, the first time you draw a red room while drafting, you may remove it from today's draft pool. The first time you draw a red room while drafting, so... Is that per time you draft or all of them? I forgot about that crown, the blue crown. I've had access to it since the Great Hall. I definitely should have come here as soon as I could. I gotta remember that. Remember to come to room 46 as soon as I unlock it, because the item it gives you is very powerful. Also, they might give it to me. Maybe they'll give me the blue crown next run now from RNG. Or maybe I should take out the red crown and replace the blue crown. The red crown lets you re-roll once if you don't have a red room, which could be good for my RNG. Actually, I never made a code check, did I? Yeah. Or the blue crown lets you remove the red cards, but does not improve your RNG besides that. It just makes them stop popping up. Yeah, that's just the original clue that sent me on the new journey. That apple's not edible, which is a little consternating. And yeah, 8 realms and 8 months. Anything I've forgotten around here or missed? The secret room is not as secure as you thought. We have your letters, 8 payments, 100 gold, instructions to follow. Rude. But yeah, it makes sense to loop you back around here, just because the whole game was built around this goal, so having you do it one last time kind of has a full circle moment. By the time you go back to the thing, I think I had a thought that I never finished earlier. Fuck. Oh yeah, if I didn't finish the thought earlier, when it comes down to you freezing your gems and coins, I thought that maybe since that effect seems so mean and run ending, then it makes me not want to place that item ever. I thought that maybe they meant it freezes your current gems and coins and you can't use them anymore. But maybe you could still keep getting more gems and coins and keep playing with that secondary pool of resources. That's kind of where I hoped it might go. But it seems not. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make... Okay, right, sneakers trigger sometimes. I'm currently not sure if I'll make it to the planetarium or not. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's not looking great. We got such a zigzaggy, shitty layout here. But if those sneakers want to trigger, no, they're not really doing it. And I don't have any money, so I can't even try to buy any more steps from any of the places nearby. Oh, it's not triggering at all. Once, okay, once. Keep going this way. Nope, not gonna make it. Yep. Okay, the sneakers triggered once on the way there. I thought it'd be more reasonable to get back to the planetarium, but right, we had a really bad early part of the mansion where it got completely sealed off and became one path on the far left, so there was no way around there. Damn. Okay. I don't know if I feel like I accomplished anything this time besides playing the planetarium for the first time. I finally got the tomb and did not get to use it. That's rough. I am sorry. I'll be honest, I don't remember the context of me not picking the armory, but it might have been bad. It might have been a bad time it might have been an embarrassing lack of commitment. I don't know. I can't rewind it all very cleanly in my brain, so I'm like, I don't know if it's like a character flaw where I can't just accept, one piece of progress, dump everything immediately and just latch onto that. Or if it was genuinely like an awful time to place it, and it would be like feel terrible to place it there at the time that it came up. But I don't think I accomplished anything this time. Besides tweaking, I did get, the main thing is right up in the top corner, we got the conservatory and the drafting studio. So I reorganized the rarity of some things, and I got one more item added to the overall thing. I don't know how vital the vestibule is. Went a little overboard on green rooms in that I started trying to spawn the same ones over and over again, which was a little wild, even before I finished spawning the previous ones. And I may have done some stuff that increases... Yeah, that increased the use of green rooms more in a way that was more harmful. We'll figure it out. At some point, I will get a green room. A workshop again. It is agonizing how rare it's been lately. We definitely had a stint where it was relatively common-ish, and it's getting really brutal that I can't get it to happen, because it's just... I have two significant goals. In particular, the two most actionable goals I have right now both feature the green room. Probably neither of which are what I actually want to do for the... oops. Hit the microphone. Alright, crossed out the king from earlier. The 7th is major if you draft it quite late, last behind the 8th door. Those are much more hard to be actioning on. Don't know what to do there. So yeah, my most actionable goals are both tied to the workshop, but both those goals I'm working towards, neither of them seem to be a sanctum key. So admittedly, they're both probably pretty optional. The 8th door I'm less sure about, because maybe the 8th door refers to the mechanarium, but it also might refer to the 8th angel, because we do have... I don't remember exactly where I found it, but I did write it down when I found it. Somewhere in here? Where is it in this notes? At some point, we had a thing that said that the 8th angel points to our hope, if I remember correctly, was the quote. And if there's an 8th angel, and then you do it something correctly, and then it like opens something, that would seemingly indicate that, yeah, the 8th angel points to our dreams. I wrote it with the angel notes all the way back on the first page. An 8th angel could potentially be leading you to an 8th door, but that would require you finding the 8th angel and having the 8th key, which is wild. And maybe opening the 8th door requires a torch and the tomb, and you find the 8th angel's candles. Or it could be that it's the 8th door of the mechanarium, because once again, our struggle here is that the number 8 comes up constantly in this game. So anything saying the 8th is kind of hard to go on. So it's a payoff of all the 8th stuff being mentioned constantly, that the game is then like, here's the 8th key, it opens the 8th door, and you're like, what? But it does make it really hard to tell what the game means by that, because of how much the word 8 comes up. So I'm not sure what to do with that yet. Huh. And yeah, 7th is major if you draft it quite late. I don't know what to do with that. There's multiple interpretations of late. The only room that uses the word major is the music room, which has a major key and a minor key. That one might... My varying interpretations, like, it could be drafted quite late, as in, like, late in the run, like, a lot of time has passed. But how much time has passed? How do you measure time? Real life time? Or the in-game hour? Or how many tiles you've placed being a measurement of time? Or even how many ranks deep you are, like being near the top of the castle. But I've placed it up there before and it didn't give me it. Another interpretation potentially is that they're saying you need to exhaust the pool of special keys. So like get a bunch of special keys from the attic and the walk-in closet, and then the locksmith, which generates a special key. And then if you have enough of the special keys, you want to have the car key, the green key, the prism key, the silver key, probably something else. All the ones that are like RNG based. And then maybe when you have enough of those, if you then spawn the music room, maybe it then gives you the a sanctum key because it's out of other options in the loot pool, essentially. Maybe that makes a kind of logical sense. I don't know how to act on that. That sounds insane. There's so much RNG that would come into trying to get all the keys to generate, and then there's not really. I don't see a lot of method to the madness. I don't know, like categorization that I can exploit. A lot of the places that generate items, they just generate whatever the fuck they feel like, it seems like. Like, there's a few items that seem to thematically spawn in some locations slightly more frequently, just to like look cool and match something. But stuff seems to generate wherever, just pretty much anywhere. And when if you make a room that specifically spawns stuff, it seems to just spawn a crazy random mess of things across all categories: keys, currencies, and inventory items. And I don't think you can change the odds there or play strategically there. Not really, besides like saving an item in the coat check when you really like it, and then hoping you draw it again. Which itself is a level of RNG that's upsetting in its own way. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I gotta just keep going and hoping for the best. Help. Okay, so I'm gonna try to, in some way, document the problem-solving process here. I just spent a very long time going through my own videos to get these. So I have, like, a lot screenshotted now. And I had deleted some of my videos, local copies already, so I had to go through my own YouTube videos to get a lot of the screenshots, which is awkward. But it beats the alternative, which is me going through... There's the other Simon in 85. Or me? That's the same Simon. Yeah, that would be me. That's funny. Yeah, it's me 8 years ago, writing my name poorly. That's funny. Yeah, I tried to screenshot all these books as best as I could. And figure out what the hell's going on here. And I now have a horrible folder that has 85 files in it. So that's fun. Then these ones, kind of a variety of like the screenshots I've done, like the one documenting the ones we've done so far. There's that train metro from earlier. Some articles sometimes. The compiled map that we put together that has the clue on it. This thing. Some of these are more useful than other ones, potentially. We do want to get to this cracked wall at some point. I deleted most of my notes from the photos that I had of them in here because my notes have been updated since then. They're all physical. Not going to deal with that right now, but I do have this one around because it's the thing where I figured out what it said, mostly. And separately, I have these classroom pictures because we need to figure out this stuff more. Because these worksheets are important to figure out because the same room has this map, which tells us what the name of each country is. So we have the name of every country. This is just the planets. We get the name of every country over here. And so if I can then figure out which symbols are on which locations on these worksheets, then I know what symbol goes to each country. And then we should know the name and symbol of every country, which is an entire category of the stuff being done right there. I guess technically the name of each country isn't even part of the sigil, but it's important to figuring out the sigil. Lets us attach things to things. because we have all those stamps, and the stamps attach the names to... most of the stamps have the name of the country in some variation. And I have clarified that. I went through my stuff, so I have a couple pages where it says Fen Ares, Arch Ares, Vera, and then where it said Vera Shores on the stamp, I've crossed out Shores because that's not part of the name. It's just Vera. Morajai, Araya Ari or whatever, but it's just, here you can see it's just Araya. So I crossed out the Ari or Arii or whatever that it had on that, like, that one ambiguous stamp where I couldn't make it out of, like, is that supposed to be like a desert cowl or a rain hood? Just when you're zoomed in on just the woman's face and hood, it's hard to tell what kind of hood it is. And then Arinda Ares, Kororika, and Nuance. So there's 8 countries: Fen Ares, Arch Ares, Vera Shores, Morajai, Araya, Arinda Ares, Kororika, and Nuance. Then there's 8 symbols: the mountain one, the heart one, the hourglass one, the pentagon one, the one that looks like a square or a rectangle with nubs in the tops and bottoms, the one that looks like a rainbow, like an arch, the one that looks like a little, like, military army map indicator, the one it's like a square. There's a lot of, like, things where you'll see, like, military movements on a map, and they'll be represented by, like, little T-shaped icons, which are like placements of troops, and I assume the little T point indicates directionality. And then there's a diamond. So that's the 8 symbols. I'm not going to resolve it later, so you'll remember I solved the worksheet that they had that had the 3 of the flags on it, and it was like, what color are these things? And it was like banana, wagon, and there was like 6 colors, and you had to figure out which ones were which. Back then, I solved that the mountains are yellow, the the heart is orange, and the hourglass is purple. So 3 of them I know the colors of, but so far I only know that Arch Ares is the mountain. I don't think I know which country that one's applied to yet, but we'll figure those out or double check stuff later. I'm not really here to do that part right now, but just kind of showing you that I have this set up, and we'll have to process elimination this stuff a little bit. Ooh, they all change? Do they all change? That's fascinating. No, they don't. Okay, the 2 on the right don't change. The mountain and the hourglass. I'm curious to see if none of them get the mountain and hourglass wrong. That bottom one turns into a diamond here. Okay. I'm guessing this, yeah, which I think that makes sense. I'm guessing that this classroom takes place in the country with the mountain icon, and that's why everyone gets it right. Almost everyone gets the hourglass right, but one person thinks it's a diamond. We can probably assume that the hourglass is also correct, and then that'll make it easier to tell what Patricia got wrong, because she got one other thing wrong. But I'm not trying to do this one right now. We'll get to this later. We'll get to this later. And I made a folder called Loose Ends, where I tried to document some of the specific elements of a new clue that we haven't followed up on yet. There's just a bunch of names and ages. Not sure what to make of that one yet. This one's pretty straightforward, which is that the book said that we are doing an anagram. So tender cipher, lunar renamed, Uncle Ah, draft the 6s. If we go back into the books, let's see, we have the fixed stars. Probably the Gardener's Logbook's not a real book. A new clue. I gotta be sure that I get the names right. A new clue, yes. The fixed stars. There we go. Because in order to get the anagram, we need to include the A or the and so on. EPC CW pump system user manual. I don't think that one is going to be one of the ones. Realm and rune. Does the ampersand still spell it as an and, I assume? For these purposes? Probably. The red prince. A sight seer's guide to Reddington. It's probably not it either. It's way too many letters. Swimbird. Okay. So right off the bat, stands out to me that the fixed stars has an X. T, A, the is the. Okay, that's, makes that part easier too. F, I, X, E, D, S, T, A, R, S. Okay. It's hard to know if letters are being duplicated or not. Like if I'm accidentally counting the same letter twice, but that's good enough. That's probably correct because it has an X in it. A new clue has a C in it, like tender cipher. A new clue. Tender cipher. No. Tender cipher doesn't have an A. Okay. Oh, Uncle Ah. A N E W clue. Okay, that's the one. Realm and Rune immediately reads as having the same letters as Lunar Cipher. REALMANDRUN. Yeah. Okay. Swimbird is too short, so Realm, a red prince is about the right length. THEREDPRINCE. Yeah, this should be good. All right. Where even pages go away? Blueprints, book, anagrams. There we go, book anagrams. Okay. So a question is, why do we do any of this? I solved a thing. I don't want to deal with this one yet. All right, so we have these anagrammed. What the fuck am I reading? That might be relatively straightforward, actually. Red, green, violet, blue, red, green, violet, blue. Okay. So they're just in the same order. Page A, word X. Page C, word A. Page B, word Y. Page Z, word X. Okay. And yeah, if you're looking at this process of me documenting all these words, all these books in exhausting fashion via a series of screenshots, yeah, I really wish we could just go to the library and have all the books at once so I could just actually page through them in the game. I really wish the game didn't make you get limited to one book at a time, considering how important these seem to be in the long term. Because if you didn't document everything the first time, which I don't think most people tend to like borderline pirate the book into real life every time they encounter a document in a game. You'd have to like RNG back into the library and request each book one by one. And if you didn't document any of them up front and you needed to find them again, and you weren't recording your whole playthrough like I am, that would take like, well, it takes you 2 days per book, depending on how many books you think you need to get. That sounds like a nightmare. Okay. So, let's see. What number letter is X? The 24th letter in the English alphabet. So, page A, word X, and they said that it starts at the first page. The title page counts as the first page. Ender cipher is Red Prince. So, that already sounds like a problem. Meh. So there are 6 words on the first page. Because the clue we found somewhere said that we should count them based on the title page, I believe. There are not 24 words on this page. So that must not mean that, which is a bad sign. Let's see where actually might have been here. Count. I think this is where it said to count from the first page, but I don't have a good enough screenshot right now. Okay. X, Y, Z, A, B, C. Does that mean? Dead end major key. Seen all the signs. We have another instance of the word major key, the term major key. We don't have to make it that. We do have a dead end, I think, back here. Technically. Got our little snapping system. Okay, 13 is dead end. That's down here. And I guess it says you are here. That's where we were when we visited in our secret hideout. It could be a map puzzle, because there are map puzzles where you just kind of follow a path. Usually, you're being given instructions. I don't know if we were given instructions for a map anywhere. The struggle here is that there's 3 paths you can take from here. 2 paths. 14 does not reach the dead end. It goes off in a different direction completely. I guess technically it goes this way. Eventually. That seems really dubious and off on a different planet. Not sure if that would count as a turn that way. Let's see. Between 9 and 17, what do we have to go on here? It says dead end is C, like it's pointing at it. So maybe this is the code then? X, Y, Z, A, B, C. If we take the shortest path, this is only 5 steps. If we take the one up here, 8, 7, 3, 10, 1, 13, that gives us 6 steps. So, X, Y, Z, A, B, C. X, Y, Z, A, B, C. Eight. That's too much space. I don't need that much. 7. 310. Okay. 8, 7, 3, 10, 1, 13. We got that much. Okay, that should be good. I'll just save that. I'm going a little fast and loose here and just accepting this as an opportunity and not really committing to, not worrying that much if I'm wrong or not. Because if I'm wrong, then we'll just be wrong. And then I'll be like, well, this clue doesn't mean make any sense, so I guess I was wrong back then, and we'll just come up with something else. X, Y, Z, A, B, C, dead end is C. That seems sound to me. X, Y, Z, A, B, C. Okay. Page A, word X. Page C, word A. Page B, word Y. Page Z, word X. So the only 6 letters are in play in the first place. Okay, so X is 8. Get rid of both the X's. Y is 7. Z is 3. A is 10. B is 1. And C is 13. 10, 8, 13, 10, 1, 7, 3. Okay, so this should all be good then. Should be able to go through it then. So we're looking for the Red Prince, page 10, word 8. This should be way more actionable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Did I do that right? Yes. Word 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Turn. Okay. Luna renamed as Realm and Rune. Page 13, word 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. This right side. Word 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Scorched. Dramatic word. Uncle Ah, a new clue. One that I'm already full of pages of right now. Open two things up. Too many things up. We'll get back to those. Right. I didn't include new or A in the title. A new clue, page 1, word 7. Oh, hello. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sundial? Okay. Weird. The scorched sundial. Oops. The fixed stars. Page 3, word 8. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Turn scorched sundial base. That is instructions. Okay. Oops. Let's move to the top. Okay. Turn scorched sundial base. There is a sundial by the orchard, by the shack, next to where the gardener's handbook thing is. Don't know what it means by scorched or base, really. Turn scorched sundial base. Is there another sundial that's scorched? Because I think that one was pretty pristine. Let's see here. I think we additionally might want to solve this. Let's do a nice... No, not 1080 by 1080. What have I done? Ah. I used to work in that way. Okay. Artie Anders, Proya H, Kathleen, and Patricia. Probably due to make these all a little bit smaller. Just select all here. Only need your scores. Let's get the rest off the screen so I can fit this a little cumbersome of a process here. So I guess what I want to do is let's make a new layer. Oh, Jesus. See, this is why so much of this is done with me just writing these in a notebook, where even though you can't see it, it's just physically challenging to present things on a computer screen sometimes. Okay. What do we know so far? Get these maps. We know that... Where's Fen Ares? Araya, Orinda Ares, Arch Ares, Nuance. I've missed something here. Where are all the countries? There's 7 on this map. There's 7 on the worksheet. But... yeah, Fen Ares, Arch Ares, and Orinda Ares. Is Fen Ares not a country, but an empire that they're combined under, or a city individually that's just significant enough to be listed? Because Fen Ares is not on these things. That puts us in the awkward situation where one of these is just missing from the map. But Fen Ares should be the octagon, right? Wasn't that verified by... was it the Sigil book? Ben Aries. Yeah, did I say octagon? The pentagon is in the middle here. There's one that we know. The Grand Realm. So are they combined? Someone both at once so I can see them both. Because that's how I can combine names and things. Or is that the one that people are getting wrong? I hope this isn't a political statement. So three of them think that this one is the octagon. I guess I don't need it open like that because I have it here. I just keep saying octagon, sorry. These three are all pretty sure it's the heart. It's actually really helpful to have them side by side like this. So let's say the person that did this is wrong, and that everyone else that mostly agrees is right. These two say that this one's the rainbow, so maybe these two people are wrong. This bottom one, two of them say it's this one. This one says heart. This one says diamond. Mountain, 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 mountain. Everyone's sure about that one. Hourglass, hourglass, hourglass. This one says diamond. Let's see. Diamond, military thingy, rainbow, hourglass. Okay. 4 different answers for that one. So who's the wrongest? These two are supposed to have 2 wrong, so let's say it's not that one, and it's not that one. Because we think the hourglass is over here, and we think that the diamond is... Where do we think the diamond is? Where do you think the diamond is? You think it's over there. You think the diamond's over there. Based on what we have so far, this one should be the heart. Make you my master answer, I guess. Just to fix it. So we think that one's the heart. We think this one is... this guy. Terrible drawing. We think this one is the rainbow. That one, and would that one have to be the diamond? This one has 4 out of 7, so their diamond would have to be correct compared to everyone else. And process elimination, maybe? We think the pentagon is here. We think the mountain is here, and the hourglass is here. So that'd have to be the diamond. Why do you have a C minus then, though? 2 out of 5, yeah, 5 out of 7, 5 out of 7. Do you think that one's wrong, and then that one is wrong? Because this one's supposed to be the diamond, this one's supposed to be the little military thingy, whatever you want to call it. That one's supposed to be that. This one's supposed to be pentagon. For a second there, I thought that this one didn't get a score written down because I thought that maybe they were obscuring the fact that they marked them down further for their supposed political statement. But nope, there's supposed to be a pentagon there. Okay, so I believe these all make sense now. 3 wrong here, 2 wrong here, 2 wrong here, 3 wrong here. Well, were you also given a C minus? Yes. Okay, so 4 out of 7 is a C minus. They just didn't write a score on this one. Only the letter. I don't need all that open. Okay. Then I should be able to reconcile these then. So based on these maps, let's zoom in on one of these rather haphazardly as I try to continue to present this visually. This is supposed to be Arch Ares. Oh god, come on, get on the screen. Yeah, get the settings on the screen. There we go. Annoying. I didn't select all. Give ourselves a little drop shadow for visibility. It's a little extreme because it's based on an absolute pixel amount, and this is very small. Alright, so Arch Ares. According to the map, this is Orinda. Yes, edit it. Oh, god damn it. No, repeat. There we go. Orinda Ares. And then this is Uriah. Because that's not the ones that are on here. Oh, and the one on the far left is Nuance. Haha, the far left is Nuance. Ta-da! Okay, so that's those ones down. Don't care about this one right now. Moravin, Kororika, Morajai, Vera. This here is where they get the thing. The funny little puzzle boxes has been the primary impact of that particular culture on this game. As far as I can tell, let's be honest. Until I have this stuff really tamped down, it can be very hard to internalize any information we get about any of these locations because I don't know what anything means yet, and I can't correlate stuff very easily. It is difficult and nightmarish. But there we go. So based on this, we should stop reflexively saving. We should have Kororika is the heart, Morajai is the rainbow, Vera is this peg thing, Nuance is a diamond, Orinda Ares is a pentagon, Arch Ares is a mountain, and Uriah is the hourglass. And then on top of that, we know that the mountain is yellow, the heart is orange, and the hourglass is purple from the color quiz, which I solved on the spot last time for the process elimination. This was a little bit more work, but yeah, I think we're good. I'm gonna take a break just to write this stuff down and transfer it to actual notes, and fill in more of my page where I'm trying to solve all the sigils. And I don't know, I'll see if there's anything else I want to follow up on before the real video, like the real episode starts or whatever. Okay, I think I've found something relevant to this other page here. So we have this list of things. It's called the suspect list. No, accidental double click. Stop. No. Yeah. Okay. We have a suspect list here. And here on a different page of the book, it says the suspect is minor, the suspect is minor, the suspect is major. We have two versions of minor. The version that refers to a guy who mines, and the one that refers to people being below adult age. And specifically, they're testing us on our knowledge of how these clues work. So, suspect is a minor is on blue paper, so it should be correct. Suspect is a minor, like as in like mining person. I realize I can't say these out loud because they don't, they're not pronounced differently, so me referring to them isn't helpful. But yeah, based on these clues, the rules are supposed to be that red notes are false unless they're handwritten. So the suspect is a minor, as in underage, but is not a minor, as in one who mines. But they are major? I don't know what a suspect being major means necessarily. It could be a reference to what's going on with the drafted late major situation. Maybe. That's another use of the word major, which doesn't come up too often. But it does come up a few times in this book. It's just really hard to tell what it means. Then there's suspect is a key. The suspect is a key. Okay, so we can't see anyone's ages here, so I have to hope that they're just not... Oh, it's the same page. This is the same page repeating. Okay. That makes sense because it's a stack of paper, so it's probably printed. So we have... I think it says Rose Ball. That's really fucking hard to read. Age 50. Fuck them. Out of the list. Richard Scott, age 12. Frond? Yeah, Frond Manford, age 32. Sandra Dillon, Bo Lee, Charles Riscall, Christoph Clark. So of these, Richard Scott, Sandra Dillon, Bo Lee, and Charles Riscall are all below age 18. And these characters are not. Okay. Suspect is a minor. The suspect is major. Major. No one's named Major. No one is named Key either. Suspect is a key. I don't know where you get the word major from. Meanings of the word major. I wonder if there's like a special thing I'm... Something that's more important, serious, or significant than other things in a group. Greater in dignity, rank, importance, or interest. Number and quality or extent. Just any level of greaterness. Age 12, 14, 16, and 12. So Bo Lee here is age 16, making them the major of the minors. Is that the logic? I don't know. We're at least down to 4 things, so if I know what their relevance is, I can try all of them. And then it says the suspect is a key. A is abbreviated. It's not a key, as in like a singular key. It's a dot key. So A stands for something. Let's go through the notes again. Has this come up? Dip-doo. Blue memos, green memos, red memos, unless they're handwritten. 8th angel points at the thing. Swan song. All these chess pieces and paintings. Those are some 2 real dense pages of notes. Ruby candles, I'm trying to light in the tomb. The 2 versions of each of the 4 antechamber levers. Wow, there's been a lot going on in this game, honestly. My page of admin keys. Moore K, Tom K, Moore R, Tom K, Bab A. So we could try the suspect list as admin keys and see where that goes. Okay, something to keep in mind for the next run. Add that to my to-do list.